My name is Halley. Like many of you here, I came to know Bill through the realm of bulbs. It's hard to talk about him without mention of what I'd say was his life's calling and passion. Through bulbs, I got to know him more, and I'd like to share my memories of Bill and how he has impacted my life. The first time I met Bill doesn't sound too different than the rest of you. I was at the downtown Santa Cruz Farmers Market. I was only a few months into my freshman year of college and saw one of my friends behind a table that was overflowing with buckets of fragrant flowers. As I was greeting my friend and asking her about how she got to work such a cool side job, Bill pops up in his blue flannel shirt and beanie, huge glasses, and says, "Hi, are you a friend of Mowgli's? Would you like to come work on the farm and help pick flowers?" And 18-year-old me, already interning on the farm and convinced I wanted an outdoor job, was elated to have come across such an opportunity. Even more excited was I when I found out that Bill stocked the truck with a never-ending supply of Trader Joe's chocolate peanut butter cups and other goodies. He knew his workforce well. On our drives down to the farm, the scent of his morning kielbasa sausage wafting through the air of the cab and mixing with the strong smell of narcissus, Bill and I talked a lot. Because I was interested in horticulture and business, he was always excited to share all he knew about flower breeding, growing, and managing the farm. I mentally took notes on his clever business strategies. He may have been bulb crazy, but he was a true businessman too. I also heard all the gossip of other workers, the farmers market managers, or any of the other growers he worked with. And of course, his profound disdain for anything that went against his desires or needs. The weather, the farmers market regulations, the holiday schedules and societal routines, the holidays, design flaws, the government. He was always looking for clever ways to beat the current reality that sometimes seems stacked against growing, selling, and hybridizing flowers. He was humble enough not to blame all his woes on outside forces. A frequent lament of Bill's was his own unreliable brain, admittedly responsible for sometimes forgetting supplies or appointments, but no less frustrating than a frivolous regulation or poorly timed rainstorm. For this, his own forgetfulness, he had many clever workarounds and helpful workers as well. It was overwhelming, the volume of packets of rubber bands, buckets, Sharpies, plastic baggies, flagging ribbon that seemed to pour out of every pocket, nook, and crevice of all zones of his life. But God be damned, can I say that in here? If he was ever going to be without. He only made mistakes once. He took notes on everything and learned quick. I tease him for his quirks, of which he had many, but where it mattered, Bill was a good and generous man. And I've heard a few of you say generous. Yeah, absolutely. Once again, playing right into my sweet tooth, he gave me free rein to take a handful of cash from my market apron to stock up on pastries, honey, or whatever farmer's market treats I wanted. He often took me to dinner as well, Lillian's or the crepe place around the corner from his house being favorites. He invested in relationships that were important to him. He regularly took time off from the call of the farm to have lunch with his elderly but sharp father, who we just recently lost in March, I believe. In retrospect, it appears that I have Bill to thank for the entire trajectory of my career. Of course, I had no idea at the time. In fact, it wasn't until his passing that I really put the pieces together of how significant his influence has been in regards to my career and life. Working for Bill, I was introduced to the head of horticulture at Filoli, a magnificent public garden near San Francisco, an experience that had profound effect on me. If you ever visit it, the field right below the mansion is full of his Golden Dawn narcissus, and they should be up in March, so we visit. This experience was so profound that I later interned and then worked at this garden. I now live in the area and own my own landscaping business where I have bought bulbs from Bill for several of my clients. The sales pitch rolls off my tongue easily, having heard Bill enthusiastically recite it many times at markets. Gophers don't eat them, deer don't like them, thrive in clay soil, come up year after year, very fragrant. What compelled this man to pursue this particular calling? Was he born to grow and breed Tatsetta narcissus? It seemed almost every spare moment was devoted to bulb-related pursuits. The line between financial need and insatiable passion is blurred. It was clear that he bred bulbs to sell, earlier blooming, strong fragrance, Yet he led a humble life and was generous with those around him. This world is infinite in the possible things one can devote one's life to. So many noble causes, so many spheres of research, so many realms to explore, so many mysteries to uncover, so many yet to be created. What was it about the Narcissus that fixated Bill? Opportunity, nostalgia, coincidence? I wish I had asked him this. What is apparent is that he has left a legacy that will quite literally live on. And what a marvelous legacy to leave. Flowers. We say bulbs, but it's really the flowers. How many millions of his bulbs grace the gardens of this world? Cheerful flowers that brighten our gardens in the height of the California winter. Flowers that are accessible to all colors of thumbs, not just the green ones. Flowers with scent, which makes their beauty not just visual, but sentimental and connected to memory. On a bike ride recently, I came across a patch of single Chinese growing wild along the side of the road. I stopped and got off my bike to grab a few. This was Bill's favorite scent of all the Narcissus. It is mine too. For me, the scent transports me to my early 20s, a wonderful time of exploring my newfound adult freedom in the vibrant town of Santa Cruz. The scent brings memories of a green, grassy hillside on Highway 1 overlooking the majestic Pacific Ocean, where Bill showed me a clandestine patch he visited every year. The scent reminds me of the joy I found in plants. Thank you, Bill, for encouraging me to pursue horticulture as a hobby and as a career. Thank you for introducing me to your community of passionate plant people and tough, smart, beautiful women who, like me, share a passion for the outdoors.